Today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do so you can live a life you don't want to run away from. And I have a lot of credentials to teach you this because I came from the favela, from the slums in Brazil, and now I live in Canada and I have my business. I started it when I was 17 years old and I am a neuroscientist. So I achieved, and next year I'm getting married, but I achieved all of that because I learned exactly what I'm about to tell you. So if I did it, you can do it too. Oh, and also I had no self-esteem and now I think I have too much of it. First thing you're gonna be is scared. You're gonna be scared of being broke. You're gonna be scared of being unfulfilled, of marrying wrong, and of choosing things that you actually didn't choose. They were just there and you kind of said yes because you didn't know how to say no or because you didn't even know where you wanted to get to. So that's the first thing. You're gonna be terrified of being a potential. You're gonna be terrified of not achieving your goals. That is number one. And I was, because when I would look around me, I saw a lot of poverty and I for sure didn't want to see that, forever. I didn't want to be there and my parents didn't want to be there. So though they were a very important part of my life, I am not discrediting anything that they've done. So that's step number one. Step number two is you are going to write down your dream life. I did that and sometimes I can't believe I still have it here on my iPad. I wrote on a paper, but then I took a picture. So on this paper, I put everything that I wanted and I wrote a letter to myself when I was going to be here in Vancouver, for example. I wrote down that I wanted to live here. I wrote down so many amazing things and I've been doing that for a long time and I've attracted my partner this way too. I know I'm a neuroscientist and sometimes people think, how come you believe that? Because I've experienced it. I can't prove that this is true. I can't tell you, oh my God, there's evidence, scientific evidence, because it wouldn't be reality, the reality that we know right now. But I can guarantee you that it has worked for me. And maybe it's because there is a part of our brain that understands that now that you have a goal, then you get a little bit more focused and it helps you to make better decisions. For sure, that could be the case. But for me, there's a part of me that believes that this is the universe. I believe in God too. So I gave it to God. I wrote down every single thing I wanted in my life and why I deserve that. I deserve it because I'm a good person. I want to do well. I want to be someone that can help other people. And if I am in need, then I can't help anybody. And I think more people with a good heart should be having more money, should be achieving their goals because we deserve it. So I gave it to God and God listened and I couldn't be happier. There's so much that has happened in my life. So you have to be humble and understand that everyone is special and that you are special too. So write down your letter and trust. That's step number two. Step number three is going to be to find out your core values. Core values are what guide your life. What do you mean, Mila? So let's say you want to travel, okay? You want to immigrate, but then your core value is your family and you can't take all of your family with you. Are you going to be happy if you move abroad? Probably not, because you're going to miss your family too much. But let's say your primary value is freedom and you do want to go and immigrate and make more money somewhere else. So that means you are going to be able to handle missing your family because you understand why you're there, and that has to do with your core value. There's no right or wrong. This is your life. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's judging you. You just have to do what's right for you, because everything that happens, you are going to be the one to deal with the consequences of your choices. So don't be thinking about what other people are going to feel or think about what you're going to do. As long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, you have to choose what's best for you. If it is to stay in the country, if it is to go to medical school or not go to medical school, it doesn't matter what you choose. It has to be because you know what you want. And that leads us to step number four, that is exactly knowing your why. Why do you want to leave the favela, right? That was my case. Why did I want to leave the poverty? Because I wanted to experience all of the other things. I wanted to be able to go to a restaurant and not worry about the price. I wanted to not have to count all of my money every single month because I was scared of not being able to pay the bills. I just wanted freedom. I wanted financial freedom. And I achieved that at an early age, I would say, because I started working when I was 14 years old. So you have to understand your why. And the stronger your why is, the better it's going to be for you because you have more dopamine, more motivation. Okay? And if you don't do that for yourself, there's this part of you that is always going to regret it later on. When I was younger, and I still feel that, but a little less. But I've had this very, very intense fear of being a potential. I didn't want to be a potential. Like, oh, I had so much potential. And what did I do with my potential? Nothing. I didn't serve anybody. I made no money. So I wanted to put myself out there. That's why I'm making these videos. So I have 2 businesses now. So I know as a fact that I'm not going to die as a potential because I put myself out there and I was scared. That's step number 1, like I told you. So here on step number 4, you have to understand your why. Why do you want to keep going? Why do you want what you want? It could be because you want to start a family one day. It could be because you want a better existence overall. It might be because you want to be in a bigger apartment. It might be because you want to find the love of your life. It might be because you want to be healthier. It doesn't matter. There's so many ways. The important thing here is that you keep yourself motivated. And your why might change with time. Maybe your why right now is because you want to finish medical school. But when you're older, it might be because you want to start a family. There's nothing wrong with your why changing. So we're going to our 5th and last step of today's video, and that is habit stacking. So for you to live your dream life, for you to have a life that you don't want to run away from, there are certain sacrifices that you have to make. So probably if you want to lose weight, then maybe you're going to have to get some medication. Maybe you're going to have to find a professional. Maybe you need to make better choices every day. So you are going to have to sacrifice something. There's no way around that. Everyone that is somewhere good needed to sacrifice a little bit. Even if it's just something that for you wouldn't be a sacrifice, for them it was a sacrifice. So then you have to start acting like that person that is experiencing the dream life that you want, the life that you don't want to run away from. And that would be habit stacking, because now let's say, oh, I want to finish medical school. I want to get into medical school. Okay, so I have to study, right? Oh, I want to leave the favela. Okay, I got to start working early, because the earlier I start studying and working, the easier and higher my chances are for me to leave. So you have to think of the future and pleasing your future self as well, because it is that person that you are today that is building your future. And please don't be scared. Don't sabotage yourself. That's a topic for another video, but don't sabotage yourself. Don't think that, oh my God, maybe I'm not for this, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this is for everybody else but me. Don't think like that, because if I did it, you can do it too. I speak 5 languages now, and I've traveled everywhere I've always wanted to go. Of course, now I have new desires, but the desires that I've created so far, I've already accomplished. Now I get to have new desires, and I came from a very severe depression that I had in 2024. So I just want you to know that every single thing is possible. If you follow these 5 steps that I've just given you, you are going to accomplish all of your dreams, and you are going to experience your dream life. So if you want, you can watch this video again, or we can plan your dream life together. I do offer one-on-one sessions, and the link is down below. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I do want to bring more about relationships and self-development and how to live a better life and how to be happier, because I think I can't talk about all of these things. You know, everyone said I should focus on one, but I'm not going to do that, because I want to bring myself to you guys as an authentic human being. I'm not here to perform someone that I'm not. And this is what I've been seeing so much. Someone comes into the video and they claim that they're so confident and they're so successful, but then when you look deeper, they aren't. So that's not what I want to do, and that's not who I am. I am someone that is teaching every single thing that I wish someone had taught me, and it took me a long time and a lot of books to understand certain things. So that's why I'm here, just to share everything I know and everything I'm learning, and learn from you too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you do build the life that you love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.